What's going on, YouTube? What do you do with your Saturday mornings? So I'm out here on a Saturday morning, right before the holiday. Not sure when this video will get out. Can't even speak yet. But just kind of curious, man. What's everybody do with Saturday mornings? I know for me, usually I'm off during the spring rush. It was technically my backup day, but really with both of our kids doing sports. You know, my son in baseball, my daughter in soccer. Saturdays were reserved for them and their games. So my backup day pretty much was me doing double routes, you know, during the week. So Saturdays was just, you know, reserved for family. I guess it's better if I kind of explain how my background is getting into, you know, this field. We were mowing we were mowing 30 plus homes every single Saturday while I was doing this business on the side. And I was a manager for another company. So for years, we did it that way. Until, you know, another company reached out for us to sub to do their mowing. And that's when it just became entirely too much. Well, I mean, I'm summing it up because a few things went in that. Also, another thing that happened was we had grown to the point where me being the management at the last company I worked at, I was able to actually sit down with the boss and, you know, get it to where I was on a flex schedule. I was working like 12, 14-hour days there, but I was also getting like the second half of the week off. I was getting, I believe, Thursday and Friday. I can't remember how that played out. I think I worked 3 days and then got Thursday and Friday off, and I used that with my business. And the amount of work that I did from sun to sundown there, you know, basically rewarded me that the ability to do that. So I started growing to the point where all 3 of those days were like getting filled with work. So at this point, I sum all that up to say I was working Saturdays for a long time. So I'd like to put that context in it. I'm sorry, I can't even speak right now, man. I'm over here drinking my lit energy drink, trying to get charged up for the Saturday morning. But pretty much, I've never been above working Saturdays. It was always 6-day work weeks. But when you work sundown, Monday through Friday, and then Saturday, because you're doing 30 plus homes, you got to get up. You got to get up real early. We used to have to be out by 7 every Saturday. Only day off I would have is Sunday. And you're trying to run around and get everything that you can done with your family that day. On top of anything else that you need to do to get ready for the week. So when I became full-time, because we were actually cutting 120 properties a week. When we first went full-time, me and I think I had 2 other guys, we were working like 12 hours, 6 days a week. Because of the amount of properties we did that year, we had to work 6 days again. Okay. So then after that first year, and once we stopped doing the subbing for the company, it was only like 60 from them. I think 60 of them were our clients at the time. So we dropped down to 60 the next year, and it was me and a guy doing it. I was able to then focus on shifting into the point where Saturdays aren't required days to work, which I was happy to do after years of working Saturdays. So basically, to sum that whole entire rabbit hole that I went down up, last few years, Saturdays have turned into more so a family day for me. I mean, if I have to go handle something like now, go do estimates, cool. If I can't, I'd rather double up a route during the week than go out on Saturday. But when I have to go out Saturday, I do. So I'm in this space now where I need to make as much as I can while I can, which is, right now until the winter. Especially me being in a restructure year of this business. To be in 100% transparency, I need to increase my cash flow right now. And the best way for me to do that is to keep selling work, to keep doing work. And as most know, I am now solo. I've been solo this whole entire year. And being solo and trying to upsell work hasn't been the easiest thing, only because, like, say for example, I'm selling a job that wants a rock bed. I gotta sit here and think ahead, like, oh, okay, well, that's a job I have to do on my own. And as you know, in the summertime, trying to do rock beds and stuff, it's not really ideal. Like, I got 2 jobs today that are rock jobs, but also at the same time, they're jobs where I'll be able to take the tractor and, fill the bucket up with that and dump it. And my brother, who actually takes care of ball fields, a lot of times he tries to get Fridays off. So because he gets Fridays off, and first thing I ask him is, hey man, you wanna go out and make some extra money, basically. And most of the time, he doesn't mind doing that, and he'll come on out and helps me out tremendously. And he's not always trying to do that, but a lot of times when I'm like doing an estimate for the job, I coordinate with him ahead of time, to ask, hey, would that work for you? Even my former employee, he's moved on to work for another company, but he's still, he's got on me a couple times this year, what I've needed for the bigger, like, most jobs and stuff. But 9 out of 10 times I try to do jobs that I want to do. So that sums up pretty much what I do with my Saturdays. What I'm going to go into the next video about is more so the cash flow part of really the same video, but it was too long of a video, so I just kind of broke it up. Alright, y'all.